ladies and gentlemen, if you are familiar with my channel, then you've seen the short where I said that, I don't know if it was a short or video, where I said that Kia should have just made the K5 instead of making the Stinger. And so today we have both of these here. I'll just take a look at both of them just to see if what I said kind of holds up. This is a 2022 K5 and this is a 2020 Kia Stinger. I think these are both great examples. I mean, just looking from the front, I believe the K5 looks better. This looks kind of buggy, although when it first came out, I mean, it looks good, but you know, those kind of look like bug eyes on it. It's not a bad looking vehicle, but we'll start with the Kia Stinger. Obviously, I mean, there's great wheels on this. You have the red brake calipers. You're looking at 19s on this vehicle, tastefully done. It does have a lot of fake Venturi going on, but I mean, it's low slung. It looks sporty. So when you see this car, you know it's a sports sedan, and it sounds really good. Obviously, the Brembo brakes give it street cred. We'll step in the back here. I can't get behind both of them at the same time, but the backs of these cars look really good. I think it's kind of a wash. I prefer the K5, but just so there's the back of the K5, which you can't really see, but they look equally as good. So just stepping back here, obviously we'll start in the back of this vehicle. I love the quad exhaust here, so that's super dope. I'm not even mad that this is a hatch, although it's kind of weird. I don't know, I kind of have mixed feelings about it, because if I was at the mall putting stuff in my trunk, having a hatch that comes up like this, I guess it looks kind of weird to me, but since Tesla's done it, that kind of makes it a little bit more mainstream and acceptable. Love the kick plates here. This is a good amount of space. You know, if you get this vehicle, you're not hauling around a family of 5. And as you'll see when we get in the back seat, it does not really have room for 5. It's really like a 4-seater. You have fake vents back here, but I mean, the body, there's not a bad corner on this vehicle. And I love that the rear of the bumper kind of sticks out a little bit further than this, you know, ducktail spoiler you have. But we'll hop in the back seat first. So these doors open pretty wide, and the cabin looks great. I love these drill speaker grills in here and the door. I like this stitching here. This is soft touch. This is soft touch. It's all soft touch. This isn't metallic, but it is what it is. And I even think in Audis they have these nets back here. I like the hard seat backs just because when you have leather back here, it can get damaged, it can sag. So this is definitely not a downgrade to me. And who uses map pockets anymore? When I was a kid, I'm older. Like, my dad used to have an Atlas when we would travel around. So, yeah, it would be sitting back here, literally. So this was a map pocket. Or, you know, in the days of MapQuest, you know, you could have the instructions back here, and that would work. But this is really a 4-seater seat. So looking back here, you know, you could sit a 5th person back here, but this hump is pretty substantial. I think this is a rear-wheel drive car. I'm not even sure. I should know that. I feel like, I don't know. So you have, you know, reasonable amount of charge options back here. And I like these vents where you can open and close them, these aircraft style vents back here. And it's just more of the same. These seats are comfortable. The leather is nice, but it's not too hard, not too soft. So it feels like it'll hold up well. And you don't have a ton of space back here on the roof, but it's not bad. You don't have a ton of headroom, obviously. You know, I'm over 6 feet, so it's not a ton, but it doesn't feel claustrophobic to me at all. And I feel like there's good space back here. This is the cockpit from the back seat. So looking at that, so we'll go ahead and hop up front. We'll say stepping out, I mean, it's not uncomfortable getting in and out of this vehicle. So I'll just slide in the front seat. Now this seat's up a little bit, so I'll push this back. But I mean, this door, this definitely feels like the door of a coupe right here. I like the metallic looking plastic in this door. I like this here. Only thing is it won't hold up. You know, at the end of the day, it is a Kia, and I think that's what kind of doomed this vehicle. Like 5 years down the road, if you see Stinger and the Audi A7 go by, you know, you're gonna look at the A7 more prestigiously, and rightfully so, but this doesn't really hold up well against that. It's like, oh, you got the Kia instead of the Audi A7. So anyway, you have memory seats here, which is cool. More of the slotted grills, the Harman Kardon stereo. This, you have lane departure, so that's cool. Everything's easy to open here. It's, you know, to pop the hood is right here, so we'll do that. To dim and brighten the cluster, you have this right here. You have lane departure. You know, you have your gas knob there. Moving to the dashboard, I love how it says the trunk is open. I mean, this isn't like a fully digital display. This is a 2018, and ultimately they had to consider, like, Kia buyers are going to buy this, and people who, you know, have not bought an Audi yet but are looking to go up to luxury or sports sedan might buy this. So I think doing the I'm sure it's an option, but doing it across the board would make it too expensive, and, you know, whatever. But again, I like the aircraft style vents. This is super simple. I love this layout, how easy it is to use. Your charge ports are very easy to use. You have USB aux in. So yeah, this is great. This display, I don't like it when it looks like it's just been slotted in there, but I mean, I could live with this. It doesn't, I wish they would have put more metal in here. I mean, just charge $500 more, because some of the stuff does look a little bit cheap. And the reason why I say that is because you can hop in any other Kia and see these items. So that's kind of be a struggle for this vehicle. Like, it does have LED lighting, but, you know, if I hop in my buddy's Forte and I see the same thing that I have in my Stinger, that's going to be a turn off. And that's going to cause me to jump to the Audi. I think this is a 3.3 liter turbocharged V6 engine. I like that it's longitudinally mounted. That's pretty dope. You don't see that a lot. But yeah, good looking engine. And now we'll look at the K5. So, starting with its trunk, I don't even know if I can pop it from here. Yes, there is a trunk button. It's not automatic, so it's a traditional trunk. There's a little bit more room in here, but I love that the coupe styling doesn't make the trunk disappear or get halved. I love these tabs so that you can have fold-down seats, even though the pass-through is kind of small. It's still a family sedan, so you definitely want that for the kid's bike and whatever. The wheels on this car are nice. These are 18s, so they look good. This is a low-slung vehicle as well. Not quite as low-slung as the Stinger, but I mean, the Stinger looks marginally more sporty. Not by a ton. I like these black caps here. I also like the mirror caps on the Stinger and how they're kind of like a tinted mirror cap. That's dope. That fits that vehicle well. These doors open pretty wide. I don't think you have a ton more space back here. I think the seating is a little bit flatter, and I will compliment Kia in that in the Stinger, the seats aren't so concave that even seating 4, it's tight. Some Audis are like that, where you're not supposed to seat 5 in a luxury sedan anyway, but some of them make it to where when you are in the back seat, it's super claustrophobic. This isn't as luxurious. This is hard touch. Obviously, you have drilled plastic here. You could probably up this trim to get close to what you get in the Stinger, But this is soft touch. Obviously, you have the same latch here. This is hard touch. These seats are comfortable. I like kind of the cloth, leather kind of mix. That's not bad. And you do have like fake stitching in here. Obviously, the Stinger's more luxurious. I actually prefer the netted pockets. These kind of remind me of a 90s Suburban or SUV. I do love the back here. I do not love, I think in any midsize car, you need rear vents. Like, I got to have rear vents back here. My Jetta doesn't have them, but there are versions that did in the past. But just, you know, with a vehicle that you could potentially have kids in the back, I'd love to have vents back here. It'll cool off, but still. This definitely looks better. It's a little bit more blacked out. I like that screen better. I like screens that are inset into the dash. This hybrid looks good. I know they're using a lot of piano black, but it looks good to me. And then you have this kind of like a pano-ish roof up here. So that's pretty dope. And we do have LED interior lighting. Charge ports back here. You have some good options. You're really not going to sit 5 back here. If you're looking to seat 5, you'll want to get a Camry or an Accord, I would say. You know, if you have 2 kids, I would go for the Camry just for space. But I like the design of these vents here. This is nice. It's traditional, but it's modern. This is soft touch. I like the styling of this dash. It does look a little bit more modern than the Stinger. I like these buttons being piano black versus that silvery paint, because this paint's going to chip. It's definitely going to chip, and that's not going to be pretty. Same with the paint here. Like, this button feels a little cheap. You do have wireless charging in here, heated seats, electronic parking brake. Yeah, you have your charge ports there. These seats are comfortable. You are sitting back a little bit to where I feel like you're kind of sitting at an angle, which is not too bad. This screen is cool. So you do have navigation here, and I'm not going to hop in the driver's seat, but, well, yeah, I will. But this cluster is pretty straightforward. This is pretty easy to use. You have your voice here. I like that. Your Bluetooth voice commands here. I like that this is a flat bottom. I like that they do that in my Jetta, even though it's not at all sporty. But I'll go ahead and hop in this seat, take a look. All right, I'm in the driver's seat, and it feels comfortable. The doors close solid in here. I feel like this is kind of like, it feels almost like a zero gravity seat from a Nissan, but the driving position's nice. You know, there's decent bolstering in this seat. There's a good compromise, as you can see. And then, like, looking over the hood, I like this position because you're sitting a little recessed, but you can kind of see out over. So that's pretty dope. And the last thing we'll take a look at is the engine compartment. As you can see, there's lane departure. The button layout is super easy and simple to figure out in here. So there's no confusion, complication to where you wouldn't be able to figure that out. And I love that. And these doors, they don't look as luxurious as the Stinger, but this is a family sedan. And so it's styled extremely well, but you lose out in the back seat room, which is tough. This does have a 1.6 liter turbocharged engine, which, I mean, a lot of manufacturers are doing. I like the clamshell hood. That's pretty dope. And this layout's not bad, you know, but I question the longevity of this engine. Like, today you can definitely power a midsize sedan with less than 2 liters being turbocharged, but with Kia, what does this look like? 80, 100, 120 and north of that? I kind of question that, because that's a lot to put on a car every time the car is running. I mean, you're taking 3,300 pounds, maybe 3,400 pounds each time. So it's not like a turbo truck to where it's unloaded half the time and then loaded. You're always carrying a good amount of weight for an engine that small. The looks on this vehicle are just super dope. It's probably the best looking midsize car out. I think it looks better Camry looks almost as good, like maybe 0.5 less, but this is very, very stylish. So yeah, I think they compare well together, and I think what I said about the Stinger needing to be a trim for the K5, that's pretty spot on.